The Dugan Center is a 13,000 square foot building on 8 acres, and it has 8 rooms around the perimeter that used to be classrooms that we've now converted into business suites. And we've got a couple of them that have been configured where they've taken 2 of those 800 square foot sections and have 1,600 square feet. And then we have several that are available where they're the 800 square feet. They all have their own individual restrooms, their own entrances, external entrances, and get to take advantage of not only the maintained parking lot, but you also have access to the green space. The idea was that what used to be classrooms, I could use as business suites. So the same doors that I remember going out for recess when I was a grade schooler, I picture those as being the main entrances for each independent room. And they're pretty large rooms too, 800 square feet. You can do a lot of configuration in that. No matter what type of business it is, you can accommodate in that much space. When we first took over the building, it was pretty run down. But I still saw a vision for it. I knew that it could be, that it was valuable space. And these buildings are built so structurally sound, they just don't make them like this anymore. Of course, it took a long time to get there. The first thing that we were able to do was what used to be the gymnasium and cafeteria. That's what we renovated first. If they wanted to rent that for weddings, wedding receptions, retirement parties, big events like that. And so that's what, in 2019, that's the first space that we had open. The indoor event space is 3,000 square feet, and so if you have we have tables and chairs. If you have it set up for more of a dinner type of setting, you can have about 200 guests. And if you wanted to do like a presentation and have more like theater style seating, you can have up to 350 guests. Folks use outside catering where someone else is providing, and as long as they have like a liquor license, they can do alcohol if they want. And then we also have what's probably most unique about our space is we have 8 acres of green space. So we have a lot of situations where the bride wants to have an outdoor wedding, but she likes the kind of the safety blanket feature of having the reception area, indoor reception area right next to it. So it's a little bit of a safety blanket from that perspective. In 2020, I added the co-working space, which is what we're sitting in now. A couple of reasons for that. We had all these unfinished classrooms that were going to become business suites, and sometimes it's hard for people to visualize that. So I figured if we did build out one space so that people have a better idea of what it could be, rather than just tapping into my imagination to seeing what I saw, it made it a good excuse to build out co-working. The other thing that we received a lot of inquiries about when we had the event space was for smaller spaces. People didn't need the 3,000 square feet for 300 people. They just needed to get together with a few clients, potential clients, or just a team building type thing for maybe a handful, maybe 10 people. Lincoln is kind of this hub in between, Springfield, Bloomington, Decatur, Peoria. We have a lot of businesses in the area where they service all of those surrounding areas. They might be headquartered in Decatur, but they have workers in all the surrounding communities. And so we have had businesses take advantage of the fact that we're in Lincoln so that they can have either a team meeting or a client meeting that's more centralized. That provides some conference rooms with audio-visual for small groups like 8 to 10 people, or we have a larger conference room that can have 18 to 20. And then the co-working space in between is more of a drop-in space. It's not their own office, but not working from home. It's kind of a middle ground where it's just month to month. And so they can drop in here, have a desk, high-speed internet, and able to get some work done. In 2021, we renovated 2 spaces to be more for like light manufacturing. So embroidery services moved in and uses that space. And then this year, 22, we renovated the next 2 spaces that are standalone 800 square foot business suites. A lot of places in Lincoln for commercial space they have a lot of work that would need to be done. So that's one advantage we have, is it's move-in ready. It's one flat fee that includes your utilities and your rent. But right now we're only at $1 square foot. So 800 square feet. So we're not even counting that extra hallway in the bathroom. We're doing it for $800 a month. So not only is it some of the best space in Lincoln, it's some of the most affordable too. For one of the unfinished spaces, the reason that that was valuable for embroidery services to move from Niles to Lincoln, it was just that square footage comparison alone. Everything that they have work done is shipped into them, and it didn't matter if it was being shipped into the Chicago area or here in central Illinois, but they were able to move from $12 a square foot to $1 a square foot. And that was a huge savings for them. By just saving their overhead costs, they've been able to maintain the same prices for their embroidery work. What I'm trying to do for businesses, I want businesses to have that strive for excellence. I want to help them achieve that. And I just want this business park to be developed over time with people who want to make this their home to have that same attitude and that same desire.